When you think of Canada, I doubt dark legends spring to mind, but many call the country home. It's not as young a country as some think. Native legends often have their roots in forgotten places. Since colonization, these stories have been put in writing, as have more recent tales of ghost ships and strange monsters. Canadian history is rich in dark legends. On Vancouver Island is a highland known as the Forbidden Plateau. In times of tribal conflict, local natives once hid their families in the plateau to keep them safe during battle. But one day, while at the plateau, the warriors' families disappeared. Returning to find their loved ones missing, they discover strange markings. Religious leaders said these markings were not of this world, and from that day onward, entry to the area was forbidden as evil spirits are known to inhabit it. Still today, some people warn that entry to the plateau brings risk that you will be captured and taken to the spirit world, never to be seen again. The Gibraltar Point Lighthouse is one of Toronto's oldest buildings. In the early 19th century, the lighthouse keeper lived an isolated existence. It's said that one dark night, a group of soldiers in need of shelter approached the lighthouse. They were reluctantly welcomed inside by the keeper, but it wasn't long after the keeper opened his door that they brutally murdered him. His corpse was cut into numerous pieces and hidden so effectively that no one could be charged with his murder. In the coming centuries, subsequent keepers reported strange occurrences at the lighthouse. It would begin with the sound of ghostly moaning. Following the sound, bright lights would be seen floating through the air. They lead to the various burial sites of the murdered keeper, but his remains were never entirely recovered, and the deranged ghost of the keeper now torments those who approach at night. John Troyer was an American exorcist who operated in Ontario. He intended to be a doctor rather than an exorcist, but while in Canada it said he discovered a group of witches casting spells in the area. From that moment he dedicated his life to fighting evil. Local legend tells of various adventures he embarked on because of this. One story describes how he followed one witch to find out where the witches meet for their rituals. On finding their den, he massacred the witches, killing them and stealing their broomsticks, with which he would fly to distant lands and kill more witches. In 1978, one man claimed to discover an underground world of monsters. According to his story, he was looking for a missing kitten in Toronto when he climbed through a mysterious entrance. On the other side, he found a dark underground tunnel. 10 paces into the tunnel, he noticed a human-like figure. It was just 3 foot tall and covered in fur. Its eyes were bright red, glowing in the darkness. He was frozen with fear until the creature told him to leave, and with that instruction he ran out of the tunnel. Newspaper reports of his claims led to speculation a city of monsters exists under Toronto. But as the man has forgotten where the entrance was, his claim can't be debunked entirely. In the mid-1700s, the people of Quebec were living in fear of terrible monsters. Reports that a werewolf was roaming eastern Quebec scared people from leaving urban areas. On dark nights, the wolfman emerges from its underground den to hunt humans. Any lone people spotted by the beast would surely be devoured. It was said to be dangerous enough to kill 20 men at once. In 1766 and 67, local newspapers reported on various attacks and sightings. It really seemed that at least one werewolf was on the loose in Quebec, but then encounters with the beast stopped being reported. Popular opinion held that it died. Some even said it was killed by a hunter. Young Teazer was an American ship that was destroyed in the War of 1812. It was completely wrecked in Nova Scotia, where some say it can still be seen sailing. The Teazer ghost ship, as it's known in local folklore, can be seen as a glowing ghostly ship, still burning in the state it was at its destruction. Floating through the waters on misty mornings, a ship still on fire from centuries ago disturbs those who see it. They say the screaming of its dying crew members can still be heard as the ship burns. But as soon as the mist disappears, so does the ship. It's said that long ago, by freak accident, an Inuit woman once gave birth to human-dog hybrids. With the legs, ears, and claws of a wolf, they soon grew much stronger than other children. The 8 creatures could not be taught like other children, and before long they had left home, each wandering in a different direction. In the coming decades, stories of them would be told to Inuit children, wolfmen much stronger and faster than humans who survive by killing and consuming people. They roam from settlement to settlement, leaving only the bones of their victims as a sign of their presence. Due to the nature of their deformity, they look normal from a distance, and when they are close enough for you to notice, it will be too late for you. The tiny village of St. Louis is noteworthy only because of a mysterious legend. It's home to a long-abandoned train track, and it's not uncommon to see strange lights floating over the tracks. The lights move along the track on dark nights much slower than a train would. It's known as the Ghost Train of St. Louis, operated by the souls of dead workmen. Some say that as the lights pass by, the faint sound of workmen singing and the burning of their lanterns can be heard, as they are forever trapped in their former state. Some wonder if the tracks were to be removed, what would happen to the ghost train. Legend tells of a young girl who loved to dance. She would dance with anyone who asked, which in the 1700s basically made her a porn star. That's by their standards, not mine. She was called Rose and had a reputation for not being trustworthy. One spring evening, she spent several hours dancing with a complete stranger. He seemed like a fairly normal man, although rather mysterious. As the night went on, Rose started to become pale and dizzy. She wanted to stop but was convinced to continue, growing ever more pale and sick until she could no longer understand what was happening. Shortly after midnight, they were interrupted by the local priest. At midnight, the man had revealed himself as the devil and intended to take her back to hell with him. But the priest scared him away with a cross and holy relics. It was only the next day when Rose was well enough to realize what had happened. She became a nun soon after. The Toronto subway opened in 1954 and has since become associated with countless urban legends. Legends are especially associated with the many abandoned stations only now seen by workers and urban explorers. They say if you find your way into some of these lost stations, you may see a woman walking slowly, pacing up and down the platforms. She is alone in the darkness, looking down at the floor, but when she hears your approaching footsteps, she will immediately face you. Her eyes glow bright red and she is no longer pacing. She wears a red dress as bright as her glowing eyes, and as you notice the color of her eyes, you will only want to run away. She is the Lady in Red, a deadly ghost known to haunt the abandoned stations.